I found the letters that you wrote last summer, hidden in a box beneath my bed. Paper turning golden at the edges, but every word is living in my head. We were young and dreaming loud, didn't know what life's about, but the truth is I still miss it somehow. Golden letters fading, but they feel like forever. Every line is tied to the weather of days we thought would never end. Golden letters holding all the things we remembered. Even though we couldn't stay together, I'll keep them safe inside my hands. I read them slowly on a rainy Sunday. The ink is soft but still speaks clear. Time can take away a lot of feelings, but somehow yours is still right here. We were young and dreaming loud. Golden letters fading, but they feel like forever. Every line is tied to the weather of days we thought would never end. Golden letters such a gold. Walking through the quiet of December, thinking about the stories left untold. I thought the cold would numb the feeling, but you're the warmth I can't replace. Every snowlight shining near me reminds me of your face. Falling snowlights glow like the memories we left behind, soft as the love we couldn't define, still drifting through my mind. Falling snowlights, even in the dark they always shine. Wish I could freeze this moment in time, where you were we didn't say, but every star is like a message sent from far away. Starlit messages, filling all the spaces that you left, floating in the dark, but still they rest right here on my chest. Starlit messages, echo in the moments we forget. Even when the world feels like a mess, the stars don't second guess. I walk the streets that we once wandered, replay our laughter in my mind. Funny how the smallest moments grow brighter over time. Maybe it's the way the night remember. Starlit messages. If someday our paths align again, maybe then we'll understand. The universe was sending signs we couldn't read back then. Starlit messages. I saw you standing by the doorway, sunlight dancing on your face, and in a moment something shifted. My heartbeat started racing out of place. I didn't know I could feel this, so suddenly so true. But every breath I'm breathing pulls me close to you. Every time I look into the mirror, I see a version I don't recognize. A little stronger than last season, but still hiding in her eyes. We try to build a future on promises we couldn't keep, but losing you has taught me the strength inside runs deep. Mirrors of the heart, reflecting all the pieces torn apart, all the love, the battles and the scars, still shining in the dark. Mirrors of the heart, showing me I'm stronger than I thought, even when I'm fragile from the start. I'm learning who we are. Sometimes I miss the way you held me, like I was never meant to break. But I've learned healing isn't easy. Still, it's worth the steps I take. Yeah, we try to build a future. Mirrors of the heart, reflecting all the pieces torn apart, all the love, the battles and the scars, still shining in the dark. Mirrors of the heart, showing me I'm stronger than I thought, even when I'm fragile from the start. And if someday I see you across a crowded room, maybe we'll smile, knowing we grew beyond the wound. Mirrors of the heart. Mirrors of the footprints disappearing in the shore break. Waves erase the stories as they fade. But every moment spent beside you feels like a dream I want to save. Maybe we don't need perfection, just the sunlight on your skin. Every breeze that sweeps between us feels like hope again. Shoreline dreams, painting all our memories in between. Ocean colors shimmering Traffic lights are glowing on the pavement. Music drifting from a late night bar. I walk alone but somehow feel you in every passing car. We used to dance beneath the streetlights, no worries hanging in the air. But now the boulevard feels different without you standing there. Lights on the boulevard remind me where we fell apart. Every neon flicker hits my heart like we never got too far. Lights on the boulevard, tracing all the echoes in the dark. Even when I try to let you depart, you're still my favorite scar. I take the long way home each evening, just to feel the world we used to know. Funny how the smallest corners still tell me not to let you go. We used to dance beneath the streetlights. Lights on the boulevard reminding where we fell apart. Every neon flicker hits my heart like we never got too far. Maybe someday I'll meet you here, and we'll see the past more clear. Lights on the boulevard. Lights on the boulevard. We cut out paper stars at midnight, hung them by the window in your room. You said the sky was too far away, so we made our own to bloom. Little lights in quiet spaces felt like magic you create. In a world that moves too quickly, you make the chaos fade. Paper stars above us, glowing with the dreams we used to trust, holding on to moments made of dust, but somehow still enough. Paper stars above us, even when the world feels dangerous. You remind me love is luminous when everything is rough. Ooh, we watched them sway with gentle breezes, casting shadows on the floor. Even though the night grows colder, your warmth is what I'm searching for. Little lights in quiet spaces, paper stars above us, glowing with the dreams we used to trust, holding on to moments made of dust, but somehow still enough. in the shadows, trying hard to find your place. But every road that feels uncertain still leads to somewhere full of grace. You don't need to chase the sunlight, it finds you when you least expect. Even broken hearts get better when they learn to reconnect. Bloom where you are, even when the world feels far. You don't need a perfect start to heal a fragile heart. Bloom where you are, let the light become your guide. Even if it takes some time, you'll learn to rise and shine. All the doubt you kept inside you doesn't have to stay the same. Just take a step into the open. You'll never grow if you don't change. You don't need to chase the sunlight. Bloom where you are. Even moonlight helps you grow. Even darkness helps you know I kept the seasons in my hands, watching how they changed like we did. Summer laughter, autumn silence, winter tears we can't forget. But spring is growing slowly in the corners of my mind. Maybe healing takes a moment, maybe peace just takes some time. Seasons in my head, turning like the pages of a play. Even when the story didn't stand, I learned to understand. Ooh, seasons in my head, changing me in ways I never planned. Even when I'm scared to try again, I know I still can. Every chapter has its meaning, even when it hurts to read. But now I see the